time I was extremely suicidal. I was suffering panic attacks. I had huge imposter syndrome, and that was one of the hardest parts of my life that I've ever experienced. I really didn't think that I could stay here. And there was actually one moment when I remember it vividly. I was on the kitchen floor. I was laying on the kitchen floor, and I had a knife in my hand, and I was like, I think this is it. This is this for me. I can't do this anymore. And it was in that moment that I realized that if I did want to live, and I really did want to live, I just couldn't live like that anymore. I couldn't live a life where I was, I hated myself so much. Even though I'd achieved so much, I just thought I wasn't good enough. I thought I wasn't good enough, and that was driving me all the time. And at that moment, I realized that if I wanted to live, that something had to change. Something desperately had to change within myself. That I had to do something differently, and I had to start at that moment. Otherwise, I wasn't going to make it. And it was really at that point when I decided to get help. I was like, okay, I can't do this on my own. So I got help. It was the first thing. I had got an amazing therapist. And then after that, as I started to shift, I realized that I wanted to learn how my brain worked. I wanted to learn how I could change my emotions. I could change the way I thought about myself. I could change how I felt. So I started to go on a journey of self-discovery. And then through that journey of self-discovery, I started to realize that I could really change how I felt. I could really change what I was experiencing in my life. And as that started to happen, I started to realize, okay, I can, what I'm learning is teachable. And then I started to help a few friends. And then I sort of started to see them changing and their lives transforming. And then something inside of me went off. It was like I realized that I could actually help people. And it was at that point, and that was, I think, about 15 years ago. How old was I? 33? 17 years ago. 17 years ago now, that I started to really help people.